And joining us now to discuss, former Minnesota Senator Norm Coleman. Senator, thanks for being on with us. Want to get your reaction first to that report that Christina Thompson just shared with us. We know that President Biden tweeted out that he was appalled by the anti-Semitism. But this is something that we have seen continue. We know that he was quiet for very long with the college campus protests. And it seems like his actions are not syncing with his words. Your reaction?
I think that's very fair commentary. He's done little or nothing to shut down the anti-Semitic voices in his own party. Jamal Bowman's, who may have his day of reckoning today, but, just recently saw his profanity-laced tirades against Jews and Jewish organizations, Ilhan Omar. It's interesting because a number of years ago, we had Steve King in the Republican Party, the RJC, Republican Jewish Coalition Group, which I'm the national chair. We took him on. We took out those in our party who were voices of anti-Semitism. But Democrats don't do that. So Biden gives lip service. And look at what's going on with Israel right now. The question of whether arms shipments are being delayed, undermining support for Israel as it's fighting an existential fight for its existence. So actions do speak louder than words, and the actions of this administration, the action of Democrats against anti-Semites in our party have been zero. And as a result, Jews in America are turning more and more to Republicans, which, by the way, is challenging some long historical trends.
Well, I just don't think Biden can come out and strongly condemn it, or his administration can't do that, because that's where the Democrat Party is. There's so many of the young people. Look at what you see coming out of college. I say this so much.
Yeah, especially in Minnesota.
But it's just the way it is, everybody, right now. Senator, I want to get to this. Recent poll from New York, the state with the largest Jewish population outside of Israel, but it also is going to give us maybe a look at the Jewish vote nationwide. It showed Donald Trump winning 53% of Jewish voters in the Empire State. For reference, he only won 30% of the Jewish vote nationwide in 2020. Also, it goes on here. A prominent Democrat in Michigan also said that he was asked how any Jewish person could vote for Biden. Why do you think we're seeing that shift? We just started that conversation, but continue on.
Well, certainly, by the way, for Jews who care about Israel, there's been a profound shift. And it's interesting because typically we don't even look at the numbers in the very liberal states like New York or California. If you look at what Trump did last time in the battleground states, in the Georgias or the Pennsylvanias, he was getting 50% of the vote. And I will tell you, he's going to do better than that this cycle, because, in fact, Democrats, the Jews are saying that Democrats are not standing strong with Israel. This administration originally stood strong with Israel, and I patted the president on the back. I applauded him, and that's changed. I think all of a sudden he had a Michigan problem. I was more concerned about some of the votes of the Arab community in Michigan than he was about support for our Democratic ally in the Middle East, Israel, that is facing an existential fight for its existence. It underwent a massive, brutal, horrendous massacre on October 7th. And so, what we're seeing is a change. We saw it last cycle where Trump did 50%. I think he did 44% in Florida, 50% in Georgia. That trend is only continuing. We're seeing enthusiasm among donors, the former Democratic donors, kind of turning to the Republican Party. We're seeing it in the RJC meeting in Vegas, which is oversubscribed. And you'll see it with Donald Trump on Election Day getting a significantly higher portion of the Jewish vote than he has historically.
All right. Former Minnesota Senator Norm Coleman, we appreciate your insight. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.